right, and I still got the screenshot. Oh, the chick on the right. Everyone, if you're just joining us, the chick on the right, if you want a little preview for the entire stream, this chick's face on the right basically represents every single shill we're going to be ripping on tonight. They are not happy. And they are not happy with all of us who have dared to call out John Boyega for his fucking ridiculous comments saying that, oh, it sucks being a black man in Disney Star Wars because the fans don't like us. We get downgraded to this. The fans are toxic, yada, 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 yada. And let's get into it. So this is Shill Center. First soundbite already there and ready to go. Let's hear it. And I think if you guys had to guess, I'm sure you would guess that she is leading us off, and you will be correct.
That's an excellent point, too, of just what was when you had no other option but to accept it because it was. You grew up in this era, and Lando was a character. Yeah. And if you grew up in a household like mine, it was just like that was.
Oh my God. Now that was like a happy accident, but I screwed up. I was actually at the wrong soundbite, but we got that freeze frame, so I'll take it. I will take it. Anyway.
Cool, because thought it was
okay, now we begin. So this is the first one. Here we go.
Important, and also it's a very light news week. So, full honesty, cards on the table. Jennifer, what are your thoughts about John Boyega's quote?
I mean, I could write a thesis about what he's talking about. It's what we are currently dealing with, where people feel like the presence of people of color, of Black people.
Here we go. Not wasting any time, are we, chat? Not wasting any time, are we?
The presence of people of color, of Black people, suddenly takes away. It's woke. What are you doing? You're taking away our jobs. You're taking away our existence. You're eradicating, the essence of America. It's like, well, wait a minute.
What is she talking about? Like, again, have you ever seen anybody say what she's saying? Again, this is going to be a theme of the night. Remember what Molly Damon said on The Acolyte. Remember the famous line from Crossdresser's wife, Molly Damon, with regards to The Acolyte. Oh, you people, you say you hate it because the writing's bad. No, you hate it because there's a lesbian, right? You don't like Finn. Oh, you don't like Finn not because of the terrible job Disney did with his character, the fucking setup and the build for his character and having it turn out being absolutely nothing. How people were, like, let's be honest, people were excited at the idea. People liked the idea of, oh, a stormtrooper leaving the Empire / First Order to become a Jedi. That's a neat idea in concept. Now, of course, it's Disney and they can't write for shit. But people were into that. People were excited. All these toxic fans who you're shitting on right now were into it. And it was, I wasn't into it. I never really gave a shit about the character in the first place. But, again, it's the same thing as the Molly Damon shit. Like, oh no, we don't like, we list all these reasons why Finn, and some of which they even echo and agree with. But when we say it, it's, oh, we don't like Finn because he took a job away from a white person, apparently. Gotta love. It's like groupthink. It's amazing.
What are you doing? You're taking away our jobs. You're taking away our existence. You're eradicating, the essence of America. It's like, well, wait a minute. I'm an American too. Me being here on Force Center isn't like suddenly now we're woke. It's like, no, I'm just me, a kid who grew up with Star Wars since the 80s, right? But that
was like some Kamala Harris shit right there, wasn't it, chat? Kamala Harris fucking words. I'm like, I don't even, what in the hell are you even talking about? Just you can dislike the sequels for the right reasons. When you dislike something in Disney Star Wars, it's for the right reasons. When we dislike something, even if it's for the same exact reason, again, we echo a lot. There are some common ground with our arguments against Disney Star Wars, but when we say it, it's because we don't want black people in Star Wars. It's because we don't want women in Star Wars. We don't want gay people. We're all these terrible fucking things, but they're not. And again, they don't take the time. They don't even take the time to listen to what we have to say. They don't take the time to watch our videos. They just look at a thumbnail or look at a tweet and get triggered and immediately go to worst case scenario. And then when somebody who says something on Twitter that triggers them, then it obviously came from one of us. We're responsible for what those people say and everything. And we're going to get into that. She basically gets into that here in a little bit. Let me just make sure there's nothing else in this clip.
Kind of the narrative that these people talk about. And you hear a lot like, well, it should be based on merit. John Boyega is a phenomenal actor. There is a reason why J.J. Abrams, he was on the radar of not just J.J. Abrams, but a lot of people after the big movie that he did.
And what did Disney do with this phenomenal actor? They just had him scream Ray over and over again throughout 3 movies. That's all they did with them. And you're more upset at us than you are Disney? Get the fuck out of here. Next soundbite, 3555. We're already almost there. Nice. Perfect. 3555. Here we go.
It's insulting that here you have an actor who's worked so hard to get where he is and is so talented, and you're going to reduce him to being like part of an agenda or not worthy of being there. Listen, we want to go down the list of who's not worthy. There's tons of Nepo babies who get chance after chance after chance and are terrible. But they're not people of color. And that's a whole other thesis, right? So it's like, oh.
Like who? Like who exactly? Again, everybody, they're all victims. They're all victims. Amanda Stenberg, John Boyega, Kelly Marie Tran, Daisy Ridley, they're all victims. They're all fucking victims, you guys.
Oh, I can't wait to watch this documentary and hear more from.
Yeah, apparently that's another thing, you guys. Apparently there's some documentary that this was a part of. I have not seen. I don't know if it's out yet or I haven't seen it, but we might have to. I don't know. We might have to check it out. We might have to check it out on Mr. Grizzly Live, covered on Mr. Grizzly Live or something. We'll see. All right, next soundbite. Got 2 more at 38:15, and it's about to get even better.
It's almost a pointing to.
Fucking Soyman on the left is about to speak. Here we go. Now wait till you guys hear this. I was listening to this part while I was driving today, and I seriously almost ran a red light. Because my eyes rolled so far in the back of my head. I almost ran a red light because of what this guy just said here. Listen to this.
The sadness that when we're younger, we are more open to just the world is diverse and great. Let's experience the truth of the world. And as we get older, insidious things creep in. And somehow you're okay with Mace Windu when you were 5 because the world hadn't told you that Mace Windu shouldn't be there yet.
Mm-hmm.
But now you believe that he shouldn't be there.
What the hell is this guy talking about? So, again, show me one example. Who's been shitting on Mace Windu? I mean, I love Mace Windu. I think most of you in the chat, look at the chat is going crazy right now. What is this guy talking about? Thank you, Nice to Melvin. Yes, I am a safe driver. Listening to shills while driving, though, might be almost as dangerous as shilling and driving, though. Anyway, thank you, Knights of Melvin, celebrity in the chat, but I mean, like, what is this guy talking about? So, when we were younger, we accepted Mace Windu because we weren't taught to be racist yet. And then when we got older, our racism grew as we got older. And then now we all hate Mace Windu. Like, what is this guy talking about? Who hates Mace Windu? The people who hate Mace Windu are these Disney shills who hate the prequels. More of them hate Mace Windu than us.
Things creep in, and as we get older, insidious things creep in, and somehow you're okay with Mace Windu when you were 5 because the world hadn't told you that Mace Windu shouldn't be there yet.
Chat, I lied. I didn't almost crash my car because my eyes rolled in the back of my head. I almost purposefully drove my car off of a bridge after hearing that because I had just about given up on humanity at that point. What? That might be one of the worst takes I have ever heard in my life. And just when you think it can't get any worse, here we go. 4315. I have this one circled. I didn't even have that one circled. This one is circled, however, because there we go. Another good freeze frame of the broad. And she has a message for all of us, all of you in the chat, and all of us content creators on YouTube. She has a message for us here. I believe this is the one. Oh, well, let's find out together.
The weird science type of characters, you started seeing more nuance in that. And then all of a sudden, like with the birth of YouTube, you started having people saying, well, we don't.
Here we go. With the birth of YouTube, all these toxic people just came out of whatever whole cesspool they crawled out of.
More nuance in that. And then all of a sudden, like with the birth of YouTube, you started having people saying, well, we don't like that. I don't like that. And then other people who maybe felt like that.
God forbid, with the birth of YouTube, people came out saying, I don't like this, I don't like that. God forbid people have an opinion that you disagree with. Jesus Christ.
People saying, well, we don't like that. I don't like that. And then other people who maybe felt like that, who would never say it out loud because you'd be like ostracized, suddenly were like, yeah, I feel like that too. And now we have a whole culture of people who feel like it is okay to say the most racist and vile things because
Cue Chris Jericho.
You just made the list.
It all comes down to they come out and say the most racist thing. Again, keep in mind, this is the Disney Shill definition of racism. We all know what the Disney Shill definition of racism is. It's if you don't like this character, if you don't like Reva, if you don't like May and Osha, if you don't like Finn, if you don't like Ahsoka, if you don't like these characters that they like, or you don't like the Acolyte, if you don't like the Acolyte, you're racist. It's literally what Molly Damon said. Again, this is their definition of racism. Again, no example. They don't sit down and watch. They look at a thumbnail of Amanda Stenberg with red eyes or something, and they keep mentioning the red eyes thing. All of you guys out there, just Photoshop pictures and put red eyes on them, because apparently that just triggers the hell out of these people. And again, they don't watch. They don't listen to what we have to say. They look at a thumbnail, look at a tweet, and then come to that conclusion right there that we just listened to. And on cue, I get hiccups on stream, of course.
It's okay to say the most racist and vile things because they're seeing it all over the place and in top places. And we have come so far from where we were. And it's just like this weird like tree that's grown crooked. And
this weird tree that grew crooked. And yes, I got the clip. Weird. It's a weird tree that grew crooked, chat. What a shock.
Our roots, they were good roots initially. We had a great run there. And somehow we've gotten so far from what I remember as a kid and really what
God forbid. Your safe space isn't so safe anymore, thanks to YouTube. All right, that is Shill Center. And we're going to pick right back up, you guys. We're going to pick right back up with a guy, and brace yourselves for this, chat. A guy who loves fake Star Wars. The man who is no doubt swimming in, he probably has 8 to 10 bitches waiting for him back in his bedroom, back in the other room there. Guy who loves fake Star. Haven't seen him in a while, and he's got some real shit to say, starting at 17:15, I believe.
You're right. And 1, it needs to change, and 2, we need redemption for John Boyega. So if Disney or Lucasfilm wants to make that right, they bring him back. They bring him back and do right by his character. Give him the actual story that we've been waiting to see. Make him a Jedi like he was supposed to be.
Well, they should have did that. They should have did that then. Even if they did that, it would have still sucked. But anyway, here's the line. I believe this is coming. The line of the clip.
Just allude to it that, oh, I got a secret to tell you. I got a secret to tell you. Oh, I might be a Force user. I ignite the lightsaber first, but I'm not really the main character. Like all that just beating around the bush. Actually give the guy the arc that he deserves and the arc that the fans want to see.
The fans don't want to see Finn. Hate to break it to you.
And I actually think John Boyega speaking honestly about his time with Star Wars has made fans even just love him more. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me in the chat. But I think that it's made fans love him more because he's not going to just bullshit you. He's not going to tell you just lies all the time.
This whole quote was bullshit. All right, next one is at 19 minutes. The further along we go with this guy, the better it gets. Don't worry. I think we got more coping here.
Over the last couple months here, so many fans don't like the character of Rey, don't like the character of Finn because they exist in that sequel trilogy. However, if you bring those characters back and do right by them and tell an incredible story with them, then fans are going to like them more.
Yeah, I don't see it happening. A guy who loves fake Star Wars. I do not. I don't think they're... Chat, who do you think... What do you think's more ridiculous? Bringing Rey back and doing right by Rey. That's theory logic. Yeah, there you go, Star Wars Marvel purist. Like, bringing back Rey and doing right by her, or bringing back She-Hulk in Avengers Doomsday, which we're about to get into. I don't know what's worse. I don't know what's worse. How about no matter what story they tell, if they give us a Rey movie, that movie is going to bomb. That movie is going to bomb. And Mando or Grogu, Mandalorian and Grogu, it looks like that movie might bomb as well, which we're going to get into in a little bit. But let's get to the next clip. And okay, I forget what this one is, you guys, but I have this one circled. So I'm guessing it's going to be, I'm guessing we're going to get a little, I think he's going to get a little triggered here now. Let's hear what he has to say.
Laughable, but it's true. And it's crazy. Like, those people consider themselves Star Wars fans, which is even more crazy. So, yeah, he's absolutely going after.
How dare we consider ourselves Star Wars fans? We are real Star Wars fans. You are a fake Star Wars fan. You love fake Star Wars. That's why you are a guy who loves fake Star Wars.
After both the company and the fans that just literally threatened his life.
There it is. There it is. That's why I had it circled. We've been threatening John Boyega's life for the past 10 years, apparently, according to a guy who loves fake Star Wars. Here it is again.
Star Wars fans, which is even more crazy. So, yeah, he's absolutely going after both the company and the fans that just literally threatened his life for half a decade. I wouldn't be too happy about that either.
Oh, I'm sorry. Half a decade. My bad. I thought he said a decade earlier. Can you show me a guy who loves fake Star Wars one tweet of somebody threatening John Boyega's life? One tweet. Just one. One troll. I'm sure there's one fucking retard out there who was doing that. Again, all of these people, no proof to anything they were saying. Imagine, chat, imagine for a second I did this show like he does his show. Imagine if I did that. I didn't come on here and show you what these idiots say. I just come on here and say, hey, we've been threatening John Boyega for 5 years. There's people out there saying that we're all racist because we don't like the sequel trilogy or Finn. Imagine if I did that. Would all of you be here right now? Some of you would. Thank you for that. But no, we wouldn't have 278 people in here if all I did was put up an article and sit and talk about and sit here and just say, yeah, there's people that say this, there's people that say that, there's people that do this, and there's people that do that. Have a fucking show. Do a fucking show. This is what like gets under my skin as a content creator. Yeah, Red Jaguar, like, yeah, I definitely wouldn't watch it. Exactly. That's why we get more, despite this guy having how many subscribers? 138,000 subscribers. We get more live viewers than this guy because we actually have a show. Took me about 3.5 hours to put tonight's show together for you guys. Because I care, because I know I value your time. I don't want you guys to come in here and feel like you're wasting your time. I want to come in here and deliver entertaining content for all you guys. I don't want to come in here and say, and just come in here and spit a bunch of half-truths and say, I heard this, I heard that. We always bring the receipt. This whole show is about receipts. And what does this guy have? Oh, this guy has a Grogu doll right next to his silver play button, chat. Look at that. We found the Grogu doll. We found him. What a shock, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back to it. Because apparently John Boyega's been receiving death threats from toxic Star Wars fan for the past 5 years.
For both the company and the fans that just literally threatened his life for half a decade. I wouldn't be too happy about that either.
Aw.
You know?
That was a Bendu face touch there. All right, last clip. Yep, we got one more clip. And a guy who loves fake Star Wars as well, taking a shot at toxic YouTubers. Final clip from a guy who loves fake Star Wars. Here we go.
If you want to make a lot of money on pretty much anything, but specifically Star Wars, crapping on it is the way to go. Absolutely shitting on everything that exists and everything that comes out. That's the way to go. So when that is what happens, when the news headlines are all just shit, poop, sorry. Just crapping on here and there, everywhere. It sells. People click on that stuff. When the article says John Boyega shits on Star Wars for how they treated them, people click on that instead of John Boyega's trying to solve.
I'm gonna destroy this guy's entire narrative, but let's just get through this. Let's wade through this shitstorm.
Shits on Star Wars for how they treated them. People click on that instead of John Boyega's trying to solve this issue. John Boyega's trying to fix what happened, what went wrong in the sequel trilogy. That doesn't get clicks.
Oh,
that doesn't get clicks.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I made today's thumbnail or today's title, John Boyega speaks out about Disney or whatever, against Disney, whatever I said. That's a good, hopefully you guys click on that.
Raging Rhino, you took the words right out of my mouth. Is it maybe because the majority think that Disney Star Wars is shit? Exactly. Why are people clicking? If a majority of people didn't think that way, they'd roll their eyes and not click on it. If a majority of people thought that all the people saying that were racist, they wouldn't click on it. If a majority of people agreed with you, a guy who loves fake Star Wars, they would click on your videos. Instead, they would watch you instead. It's not that, it's a clickbait title, it's rage bait, it's this, it's that. It's that a majority of people agree and that the content itself is significantly better. Raging Rhino, good shit.
Maybe, I don't know. But I could have made it. John Boyega is absolutely done with Star Wars. He hates everybody. He's going to I could have made it a lot worse.
This guy has like the whiniest, bitchiest yell I think I've ever heard out of any person in my entire life. This is like, you ever have that teacher that used to scream at the class and it was like so funny because they weren't at all intimidating whatsoever. This is exactly what this guy, I'm getting out of this guy. Yes, Darth Ghostface, Star Wars meltdown.
Wars. He hates everybody. He's going to like. I could have made it a lot worse to get you guys to click on it. I could have put John Boyega's face with like Kathleen Kennedy crying, and then be like, "Oh,
what did I say? What did I say earlier, you guys? The thumbnails. That's all they look at with regards to us. They see the thumbnails and they get angry, and then they cry racist, sexist, homophobe, misogynist. They see the thumbnails. That's all they look at. And here he is bitching about the thumbnails.
Could have put John Boyega's face with like Kathleen Kennedy crying, and then be like, "Oh, like it's pretty easy to do." Honestly, and I could have sat here and been like, John Boyega sucks, Disney sucks, Lucasfilm sucks, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, you're not going to do that because the moment you do, there goes your invitation to any Disney Star Wars celebrations, Disney events, and premieres. There it goes, gone. The moment you do that, it's gone. That's why you won't do that.
I'm not going to do that because that's not the truth. John Boyega is trying to make light of this situation. Or shine a light, sorry, not make light. Shine a light on the situation to fix the issue. Because
there's the thumbnail.
Because there is one, and Disney, because there is one. But there's also an issue in the Star Wars fandom. All three need to be solved. All three need to desperately be solved.
So he said something earlier. He said something earlier that I think I didn't go far. I think I didn't go far enough in one of the clips, but he said something earlier that completely contradicts what he said here. He said, and I'll have it I'm planning to do a video on this either tomorrow or Friday. But he said that we are the minority. The toxic fans are the minority, right? We're the very small but vocal minority. So if that's true, then why, in God's name, why are we getting all the clicks? Why are we getting all the quote unquote money, right? Because that's why we do what we do, is for the money, right? So why are we the ones getting all the clicks and not you then, if we're such a small, fringe, toxic minority? Completely shits on his own argument.